There were two time periods in my life where I took public speaking courses, and each time it was a how-to speech, so it was how to juggle. So that's what I chose because I was fascinated with juggling when I was younger. Finding out that juggling can support like visual motor function, not just visual, not just motor, but visual motor functioning together was extremely powerful when I was younger. I was fascinated by that because I had this wonderful dad. I have the best dad, I have the best parents in the world. And my dad was so supportive of me and my sister playing sports when we were younger and using our bodies, and he was just always there to help us and coach us, and he wanted us to be little pitchers when we were playing softball. And so I would be on the sideboard, you know, when my twin was going, my sweet Robin was going, I would be on the side just, you know, just getting bored. I always had like a little flittering mind, and so I always wanted to be doing something. So I was like, I want to teach myself how to juggle. So I did, and from a young age, I just knew that this would help like my coordination. I just knew that it was going to help me in some way. And then when I ended up doing this speech in high school, I ended up learning, and in my speech I talked about the increase in gray matter, the increase in cerebellum functioning. So when I look back at like my life, it kind of has always led up to me being so fascinated with what I'm fascinating now. And yeah, I did that when I was in high school, and then I took another public speaking course I had to at LSU for my kinesiology degree, and I did it on how to juggle. I did it on how to juggle lemons. And I love juggling too because metaphorically, philosophically, like I just dropped the ball. I just dropped the ball. And sometimes you just drop the ball. You just drop the ball in life, and not everything can always be coordinated and smooth. It's really your resilience. Like I had the ability to bend down really quickly and pick that up. Not everybody has the ability to be able to do that. Not everybody has the ability to move. I mean, there was this boy on campus at LSU. He had no arms, and when I witnessed him going through just the university, I would see him and how he did everything with his feet. I just felt like so inspired. I had so much admiration for like his ability to make it, and he's like, you know, he didn't have all his limbs. Like we take it for granted. We take it for granted, our ability to move and our ability for resilience for life. So when I was in college, I did how to juggle lemons, and I think I got A's near that on both of them. And so juggling can be like super supportive, even if you are, it's a form of exercise. That's how I've always looked at it. So if you are like not really good with exercise and you're like, maybe I just want to strengthen my visual motor senses. We know our visual motor senses, it's one of the things that go out when you're old. You just think of an elderly person, right? And you think of all the problems that kind of comes with growing in age, like extreme muscle loss. We get rigidity, we lose a lot of collagen in our skin, right? We become essentially very dehydrated and very depressed. So depressed in energy, that's all that it means. And we do face this at the physical level, physical depression, like within the brain. We're releasing a lot more cortisol, and we just kind of go into a fearful state. So we want to be strong going into our age. And so an elderly person, when you see them, they're walking in, one of the first things you'll see is that they're unsteady in their balance a little bit, right? They're kind of hunched over to help them. So their respiratory is off just from being in a lower stated posture. They lack the ability for balance. So this is largely responsible for like our cerebellum is the reason that we can move and remain like coordinated. And so we lose that cerebellum functioning when we age, and it's also related to smell, sense of smell. When you get older, you don't smell as well, you don't see as well, you don't hear as well, and your proprioception. So if I close my eyes, the best way to tell your cerebellum functioning is to get on one leg, put one leg up, and just close your eyes. And you can feel yourself sway and try to keep your balance. And that's exactly what juggling can do too for your cerebellum functioning. Your cerebellum is so important to our life. Cerebellum in Latin is known as the little brain. The little brain. it's less than 10% of the brain, but it holds 50% or more of our total neurons. So, or more. So this has a lot to do with that frontal cortex communication and lower stress levels, being more in the parasympathetic state, being able to logically plan in advance or have the ability for delayed gratification, right? Where just, when you don't have a lot of will and control, you're very impulsive, we're going to be operating in that amygdala, that more reptilian place. And so it's just a matter of constantly trying to strengthen that little willpower, strengthen these habits, because I can just tell y'all, I don't really have a whole lot of willpower. I've fallen a lot of times in my life. I dropped the ball a lot, and the only reason I'm making this video here is because I bend down and pick up the ball and just keep going. And I just know that one day, when I first started juggling, I was awful at it. The balls were going all over the place. And then I started watching TV and juggling and walking around and juggling, and it became so muscle memory. And I actually just recently started getting back into it. And it's such motor memory. The muscles, our muscles store memory. And so it came back to me so naturally, and it definitely took a minute to get under control and be able to look away, look forward into the camera and stuff like that. But it's just something I practice. It's something I love to do. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you in some way. If it was, please like, share it, subscribe, keep going. If you drop the ball, keep going. You are going to be stronger in the end, more resilient in the end. And yes, always good luck.